To me, it means a month of recognizing athletic trainers and what we do. But I think it also generates a time for us to promote ourselves, kind of like this. But I think there's still a lot of people that don't know what athletic trainers do or are. They think we tape ankles in water, and it's obviously much more than that. And so it helps us open a conversation. So it's partly like recognition and thanks for doing what you do kind of thing, well, hopefully. And then partially being able to keep opening conversations, show the world what we do and how much we do.
Why do you think there is the stigma that everybody thinks that all you guys do is tape ankles and hand out water bottles?
I think because that's what they did back in the day. And that's what you see because it's the most HIPAA compliant, it's information that typically can be shared. Because a lot of what we do is it's private and it's between us and our athlete. And so we are like doctors in that, and people just don't ever see it, so they don't necessarily know. And we're also in our offices in the training room 24/7, and so we're hiding up there. And we're working, just other people just don't get to see it because it's our space and outsiders don't see that. So,
what was the reason or motivation that you decided that this was the career path you wanted to get into?
I have a weird introduction to athletic training. A lot of people were high school athletes and got injured and then saw their athletic trainer and went from there. I just kind of found out on a fluke that I was stuck after school one day, and the sports medicine club was going on. My high school had a really cool athletic trainer. She's a great person, great athletic trainer, and just watching her work and see her relationships and interacting with athletes was super cool to me, and so I just kept coming around, and so that's kind of where I got into it and found my passion for it.
Who's kind of been your biggest mentor that helped you kind of learn the ropes and get to where you are today?
I've had a ton. When you're in the athletic training programs, at least when I was in it, it's a 4-year program. And through that time, you have multiple preceptors, so you have a bunch of people that you're working under, different athletic trainers for different sports in the college and the high school, physical therapy. And so I think that I kind of take a lot from all of them. I have a few people, I think I have a few people at every place that I've been, from undergrad to grad school to here, that I see as my person to strive to be. I don't know, I'm gonna name names. I don't know, I don't want to boost their ego or anything, but no, I'm just kidding. But I think you take a piece of everyone that you've worked with and everyone you've learned from, because then it all applies to when you're actually working on your own. So I don't know that I have one main person, but.
You work with football. In working with the football team, there are only so many females around the country that work in Division I college football team. What's that like, and kind of the ability to have that kind of the ability to be around the program?
Yeah, I'm probably one of the biggest advocates for women working with a football team. I think it's incredibly important because I think, I don't know, I think that a bunch of guys around each other, can be a little, one-way thinking, or they all just kind of do the same thing, and a female brings a completely different aspect to that. I think there's also the component of that motherly figure, caretaker, which is my job. I mean, athletic trainers are all caretakers, but it's just different when you can have someone that's not a rough and tumble football coach and that kind of thing. So I'm a huge advocate for it. I think every staff should have a female on their staff for football. But I also think that it's been difficult sometimes. I mean, there are times where I'm just not allowed in certain areas, and I'm totally fine with that. Those are places I don't want to be. But I think it just depends on how you carry yourself, and you go in with confidence and gain respect, and it's no different than the coaches. They respect you because you know what you're doing, and they know that you're going to help them. So the football athletes are no different than other athletes, just making sure that you stand your ground and you kind of be that force, that you are not a girly girl type thing. I don't know, but yeah, I think it's a little difficult, but if you actually want to do it and it's meant for you, which I thought it was for me, it's easy because you find that comfort in appreciating that you're different and what you can offer with that, but then also knowing that you're not quite, I don't know.
Yeah. Uh, the hours are long. You work really hard at what you do, but I'm sure the reward of being able to watch a student athlete recover from injury still is one of the best parts of your job.
Oh yeah, it's the best feeling. I tell my guys all the time that like watching them do anything, even if it's just like they ran a really good route or they, I don't know, they one tackle in a practice. Like to them, it doesn't mean much, but like if they came off an injury and they couldn't have done that weeks ago, like that means everything to me. I think it's awesome. I also probably, I think everything's great when they do that. I'm not like super, like I don't critique everything. I don't know what they're doing, but I love watching them get that opportunity. And my favorite part is also seeing like how excited they get and how proud they are themselves, because I know that they can do these things, or I know that they've reached that point, but when they finally are able to do it themselves and they're like, oh dang, I'm back, like that's the best feeling.
Anything else you want to add that you think is important for us to know?
I think the only thing that I think is important just to know with athletic training and athletic training month, kind of like what I said, is we bring recognition and like praise and thanks for what athletic trainers do. But I think that people don't realize that a lot of what we do is not necessarily in the job description. We do a lot more than that, and we go above and beyond. I mean, I don't know an athletic trainer that doesn't. And so sometimes the things that we do are not just, it's not just part of the job. Like we care about our athletes, we care about our coaches, we care about our support staff, we care about everybody. And we're always just there to be there for people. And I hope that everyone knows that, especially, I mean, COVID's been wild, and getting through that and the struggles that we've faced with that. And I've had to be the bad guy a lot because I have to yell at people to put their masks on and stuff, and I don't really want to, but I have to. But at the end of the day, we're just trying to keep people safe, and we always have like their best interests in mind. And that's the biggest thing I want people to like know about us, is that, you know, that's the only benefit we get, is when people are happy and healthy, and that's what we're here for.